Smoking! So, just in case I wasn't clear with the thumbnail, I should clarify. I did not see Jim Carrey's The Mask. Julian Roffman. I think I'm pronouncing his name right. So this isn't his directorial debut, but rather it was actually the last movie he ever directed. Not the last movie he ever worked on, fortunately. But yes. So this film is basically about a psychiatrist who has a patient who comes into his office and tells him about a mask that that was brought to his museum that he was studying. And not to spoil anything, but this mask does not turn him into, whatever. Turns him into not what, well, it actually shows him, it shows him going into a segment where he's going into complete madness. And this movie was in 3D. And, well, quite frankly, it's a little bit of a piece of Canadian horror movie history because technically, from my research, I have found out that it was the first Canadian horror film. Now, is it the best? I'll get into that in this review. So, this movie, quite frankly, I came across a couple years back, and I will one day tell you all the story behind what brought me to this film. So, but to get into it in short terms, this film was basically a character study. Well, I don't know if character study is the right word, but it's about a man who descends into madness when he comes across a mask that's sent to him by his patient. Again, not spoiling anything else. That's all I'm going to say about it for now. So, quite frankly, this movie was very, very hard to track down, by the way. I bet not even a billionaire can come across it as easily as I did. I didn't come across it easily. I kind of had to, I had to go through a few lines to find this film. Luckily, I eventually tracked it down, which I was fortunate enough to, and I paid $20 for this. By the way, this film might either be out of print or very hard to find, but if you can get a hold of a copy, hold on tightly. But, yes. Now, for my rating of this film, I give it a 4.1. It's the first Canadian horror film, but it's not the best Canadian horror film. But I will leave you all off with a challenge to try to track down this film on DVD or Blu-ray. Hey, if you find it on Blu-ray, let me know, because I would love to know if there's a Blu-ray of this. But in short story, comment below your story of how you found this film, and if you actually have seen this film, feel free to discuss your story of how you came across watching it. And if you're one of the first who watched it in Canada, cool, that would be awesome to see you comment. But anyway, so be sure to check out my friend's channel today, because he just uploaded a video on the final episode of Beavis and Butthead, and I'm in it too, so check it out. It's Pragmaticaddic. He just uploaded it, and be sure to check it out. And at some point, either tomorrow or Saturday, I will be doing a breakdown video on the new Beavis and Butthead season. I'm not going to make any strict promises, but be sure to keep an eye out for that video. But until then, stay tight.